Hello traders, welcome back to my channel. Today we're looking at take profit. So I do already have a video on my channel about take profit specifically, about like where you should take profit. This one's a little bit different because we're going to talk about securing profits. So that means when you have a trade running and you want to secure partial profits from it, okay? You'll also hear it referred to as moving your stop to break even, moving to a risk-free trade, yada, yada, yada. So that's what we're going to be chatting about in this one. First and foremost, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I come out with videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So that is that, and we'll just get into it. So we're looking at the USD Canadian dollar. You guys know I'm usually looking at the 4-hour chart when I'm analyzing, okay? I am a day trader / swing trader, meaning I want to be looking at the longer time frames, not the really short, like 15-minute or 3-minute, 5-minute, etc. So we're going to look at structure on the 4-hour chart, and let's just look at like a setup that I likely would have taken, okay? We can even look at this one here because price did, I like to trade what's called the break and retest, meaning I want price to come down to one zone, retest the next zone, show rejection, and then I'll enter, okay? So this area here is what we'll look at for the sake of this video. So let's say we entered a trade here, okay? I'm not going to get into what we would look for to enter because I have tons of videos on that. So let's say we entered about here, okay? So we waited for that nice push down and we entered a sell. And we wanted to ride to, we can even say we rode down to like this lower zone here because there is a zone down here. I just don't have it marked in. So let's mark this guy in first. I'm just roughly doing this, so bear with me a second. So let's say this is our target, okay? And I'd actually put it right at the beginning of that zone. All right, so we have so this risk reward obviously isn't very good. We're gonna move our stop loss down. I like to keep my stops pretty tight. So I will keep my stops just a few pips, and depending on where my target is, I might move it up a little bit to give it a bit more room, but above this wick high, okay? Now, obviously, I would have wanted more rejection than that. If we go down to the 15-minute, we can probably see. Let's move in there. So this would be our wick high, okay? That's our rejection candle right there, okay? So this is a good stop loss here. And let's go back to the 4-hour for a second if this will ever load for us. Okay, so we're looking at this trade, all right? And we see we're getting a really nice strong push down, right? We've hit the next zone. So this isn't our target, but we are at the next zone. There are a few things that you want to do. Once you get to a risk reward of 1, okay, meaning, now let's just put an arrow to show where our target is. Once we get to a risk reward of 1, so right now it's 1.3, keep moving it up till you get to 1.00 or close enough, right? Yeah, we'll keep it at 1.01. This is where you can secure partial profits, okay? Because you've now made enough profit that it's equal to what you would have risked if the trade were to go in the opposite direction. What you can do here is either close a few positions, all right, if you are stacking trades, meaning you have multiple positions running, or you can move your stop loss, which was here, and let's make it red so this is clear. This is our stop. You can move this up to break even, meaning your entry point. So if price turns around at any given time, the trade is now risk-free. Or, okay, then this is the other thing you can do. If you're really getting some nice strong bearish momentum, you can move your stop loss to into profit. Okay, so once you get a little more bearish action here and price is coming down and we're at this area, okay, and you're watching price action, you're seeing that you've still got strong momentum, meaning nice long-bodied candles. You can move your stop into profit. Just move it up, okay? So our stop loss would go from 1.3 to 150 down to 1.3178, okay? Here's the thing with doing this. You really do need to be watching momentum here because you don't want to move your stop loss into profit too early. You've really got to be, you have to have a good understanding of structure to do this, okay? So what I would be doing at this point is looking at the 15-minute candles, okay? If this will ever load for us, my goodness. Okay, so I'd be looking at these 15-minute candles and making sure I'm seeing, do you see these nice long bodies? Once I see this, it's indicating we still have strong momentum. Then I'm comfortable taking my stop loss into profit. All right, so that's what I do. Always watch your overall structure. So, and what does that mean? I'm going to show you. So let's say our target was, let's make this one blue. Let's say it's down here, okay? And this is an arbitrary spot. I didn't actually look. This is purely for an example, so don't come for me on this one. Let's just say our target is here, okay? What I'm seeing here, all right, is consolidation. Do you see this, guys? Price is not moving in one solid direction. We're just seeing a whole bunch of consolidation here, right? Should price make a bullish move up, okay, so if we should see some bullish price action and we zoom out to the higher time frame and look at our structure, okay, our structure showing us that, like right now we're on a downtrend, right? If price were to pull up all of a sudden, it's changing direction, you could also use that as an indication to pull out. All right. Here's another thing I want to look at with you guys. Let's go to, no, we can do this on the 4 hour. Let's draw our trend line in really quick. And we're going to do this really kind of, not sloppy, but this is not going to be perfect. Okay. So I want to include as many wicks as I can. That's how I draw my trend line. So here I have 1, 2, 3. We should be able to get this guy in. 4. Yeah. Okay. So we're just about touching. I'm good with this one here. Okay. It's not a perfect one, but for the sake of this video and for our example, that's great. So we have our trend line in. Should price come up and break this trend line, okay, that means it's breaking structure. And this is also a point where you can secure more profits or you can exit the trade. All right. And this will usually happen, you guys. If you're swing or day trading, you're not often going to see structure being broken that fast. It can happen, especially with news. But generally, if you're just riding zone to zone, which is what I like to do, you're not going to see this happen as often. But if you're a long-term trader or a swing trader trading multiple days in a row and your target is, a few zones away, and you may very well see this happen. So that's when you could also take profit, when this structure is broken. All right, let me show you another example of this. Let's say, okay, here's a good example. Okay, so we draw a trend line here. Again, I'm just trying to include as many wicks as I can. If you want to see how I draw trend lines, I do have a video on that. Probably move it down. No. Okay, so that's about where I would leave. This is where I would put my trend line, okay? And this is not a science, you guys. This is really subjective. Everyone draws their trend lines differently. I like to include as many wicks as I can, and then I'll encompass an area, okay? That's how I draw mine. You can do yours whichever way you're comfortable with doing. Had we taken a trade here, okay, let's say we were riding down to, let's just bring this up. Let's say we were riding down to here, okay? This was our target. See where the blue is, okay? So we're seeing, and our stop loss is up here. Let's move our stop loss up here. So obviously we're seeing a lot of up and down movement, which is natural in the markets. That's great. I don't know if I'd call this a excellent trend in terms of the health of the trend, but it's an okay trend. Let's say you did take it. Again, this is just for the purpose of this video. And what happens here? Okay, so price didn't quite get down to our target. Let's make it even lower just to show. So price didn't quite down. You're still riding it out. All right, so you're still in the trade at this point over here. And what happens here? Price breaks your structure, meaning it broke your trend line. Okay, this would be a time I would take profits. Now, wouldn't have hit our stop, and it did end up turning around and hitting our target. But in a lot of cases, this could have shot right up. Okay. So I know in this case it did work out. It's not the best example in the world, but you understand what I'm talking about. It broke structure. I would take partial profits here. That is it, you guys. I hope this was clear enough for you. If you need a few more examples on this, certainly let me know and I will do more. I should have this video up for you tonight, or I will have it up for you tonight. And I'll see you in the next video.